Are you a people pleaser? Do you struggle to set boundaries? Because if so, I have a helpful tip for you in the shape of my patented back pocket phrase. This is a simple sentence that you have prepared and you rehearse for yourself to whip out anytime you need it. And those times might include being asked a question that stumps you or that you feel you should know the answer to, but you don't. Those might include being asked to help with something or to do something or to take on a piece of work that your habit would be to say yes to, even though often you don't have the capacity, or it's going to end up with you working unpaid overtime, or it's going to blur your boundaries. And by the way, this is just as helpful in relationships as it is in professional life. So the back pocket phrase might be something like, let me reflect on that. And that can even work if you are being given some tough feedback that might have you a bit triggered and being very defensive, or might have you smiling and nodding and going along with it, even though it's not quite right or quite fair. So whether you swing to one end of the spectrum or the other, using a phrase like, let me reflect on that, buys you time to breathe, to compose yourself and to decide what type of response is going to serve you best. It might be, let me get back to you. If you're asked to do something, if you're asked a question that you don't know the answer to. Oh, I've just noticed the chickens in the background. It might be, let me get back to you, which is a really reasonable thing to say. It's a really straightforward response if you are asked something that you don't quite have the answer to, or if you're invited to take on a project and you're genuinely not sure whether you can or want to or have the capacity for it. So let me reflect on that. Let me get back to you. I'd like to think about that. Any of these phrases, and it needs to be something that is your way of speaking and feels comfortable to you and that you have practiced and ready. And then in any of those moments when you feel a bit stumped, or when your habit is to say yes when perhaps you should say no, whip it out of the back pocket, deliver it, and buy yourself time. Buy yourself time to think about what the best response is to truly serve you and the relationship and the outcomes you are trying to create. I hope that that's helpful. Let me know what your version of the back pocket phrase is, because it's really lovely to hear other people's versions of this and share the love. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your phrase is, and I hope this has been helpful.